Hello Cinnamon Bun. Dan Harmon created Rick and Morty, but you may or may not know that he also created the plot embryo. Hallowed be the universal pattern linked in our descriptions and our hearts. The story creation tool that he and all his writers use to craft every episode. If you're new to me and my channel, you might not know that helping writers tell incredible stories using the plot embryo is actually my full-time job. The plot embryo is a crazy powerful storytelling tool, but it can be a little bit tricky to get the hang of in the beginning. So let's break down an episode of Rick and Morty so that you can see how the plot embryo works in action. And today we're going to analyse Total Rickall.
Ooh-wee!
And as always, spoiler warning, the entire point of this video is to spoil the whole plot of this episode, so you've been warned. So let's take a quick look at the quadrants for this plot embryo. In the comfort zone, so that familiar realm, we have normal family life. And in the conflict zone, so the unfamiliar, we have the parasite quarantine. And if we look at the internal quadrants, so this is where the theme of the story is housed, we have the before state, so we have the Smiths don't know who real family is. And then we have the after, the realization that real family have ugly memories of each other. So the protagonist of this episode is really the entire family as a whole. At plot point 1, we have the backstory from a previous episode that Rick's carelessness infects the family with parasites. We drop in on the family in their comfort zone at a family dinner. If you also didn't notice that Rick was actually the one that brought in the parasites in a previous episode, put space hygiene in the comments. At plot point 2, Rick reveals that Uncle Steve is actually an alien parasite who has created fake memories to infiltrate the family and multiply. They must eliminate the parasites to stop them from taking over the world.
Known him my whole life.
No, you haven't, Jerry. These telepathic little bastards, they embed themselves in memories, and then they use those to multiply and spread out and take over planets.
At plot point 3, Rick quarantines the house with blast shields to stop anyone getting in or out.
6, Morty! There's supposed to be 6 of us. If there's 7, then that means somebody's not real.
At plot point 4, the parasites continue to multiply and they have no way of knowing who is real family and who's a parasite. The parasites gang up on Rick to convince everyone that he's a parasite and they all prepare to kill him.
Is anyone here even real? Am I the only real person on Earth?
Maybe.
I'm your father!
Oh, are you, Dad? Are you?
At plot point 5, Morty realises that the parasites only create happy, positive memories. Rick must be real because Morty's memories of him are messy and ugly.
You know, Rick, this isn't easy for us. You know, we all remember you as a friend. Oh, really? Well, I remember you as a whiny little piece of shit, Morty. Oh, yeah? Yeah! I've got about 1,000 memories of your dumb little ass, and about 6 of them are pleasant. The rest is annoying garbage. So, why don't you do us both a favor and pull the trigger? Do it! Do it, motherfucker! Pull the fucking trigger! What the hell? I figured it out, Rick! The parasites can only create pleasant memories. I know you're real because I have a ton of bad memories with you.
Having realised this, they start killing off the parasites.
Everybody remain calm. This is gonna take some explaining. We need to kill everyone that we can only remember fondly. Who's got a bad memory about Mrs. Refrigerator?
At plot point 6, everyone is forced to relive their worst memories of each other to verify that they're real family, and to kill a bunch of fake family that they have fond, happy memories of.
Mom, are you driving me to...
Yes. What time?
Oh my God, are you drunk?
What do you, my wife coach?
You're what? Oh, God!
Oh my gosh, sweetheart, are you okay? I didn't
I'm gonna
mean
have a bruise! It's picture day!
It's not. Don't overreact. I can clean up.
I want the police to take me! Morty, give a gun to the lady that got pregnant with me too early and constantly makes it our problem.
Thank you, sweetie.
Come on, man. Haven't we ever had an uncomfortable silence or an awkward fart on a road trip? Come on, Pencilvester. Give me anything.
Rick, I'm Pencilvester. Listen to that name. You can't kill me.
You're right. Kill Pencilvester.
Great, I have a plan. If we can get to my boat, there's a... No! Just send me to Gary. I want to be with Gary. Oh, God.
Whoa, what the hell?
Look out for that homeless guy!
Open the door! Open the door! Open the door!
There isn't time! Just run!
At plot point 7, they've destroyed all the parasites and Rick puts down the blast shields. At plot point 8, back at dinner, Rick sets some new space hygiene rules.
From now on, let's all be careful to wash our hands when we get back from outer space. That goes for everyone.
They have to live together in depressing reality after losing their fake perfect family. Rick says it's worth it to know that they're real.
This is depressing. We killed every good person in the house. We're what's left? What a family.
At least we're real, Jerry. We're real. Ricky Tikki Tavi!
Beth shoots Mr. Poopy Butthole, but he turns out to be real somehow and is now part of the family.
Huh, is something wrong, Beth? Oh my God! Beth! Oh, fuck! Oh,
Wait, but
Oh, Beth, why?
I need an ambulance. There's been a shooting. My wife shot... my wife shot a longtime family friend.
He's looking a lot better. Can he have visitors?
He'd like to be alone. He told me to tell you he's sorry you didn't have bad memories of him.
But what's the deal with Mr. Poopy Butthole?
Ooh-wee!
So the twist ending with Mr. PBH inspired a ton of speculation about what it meant. Is he a parasite? Is he not? If not, then how did he insinuate himself into the intro credits of this episode? How did he appear spontaneously in this episode and create all of these apparently real memories with the family? The end of this episode, rather than answering questions about Mr. PBH, actually opens up more of them. So how does this fit in with the structure of the episode? There are a few clues throughout the episode which foreshadow the fact that Mr. PBH is not just a parasite like the others. One, he's inserted retroactively into the intro sequence. Number two, the fake memories that the parasites create can only be negative up until the point where the parasite arrives. But in this memory, Mr. PBH is there throughout all of it, through the negative part, with the family, up until cousin Nikki arrives and it becomes positive.
Just pee your pants. I did it the minute we got stuck. Oh, yeah, shame me. At least when I'm disgusting, it's on purpose.
Oh, y'all, we're gonna be fine. I've always been here for you guys, and I always will be. Ha ha!
Somebody call for repairs?
Oh, yeah!
Cousin Nicky! It's me, Cousin Nicky. I'm walking here.
So, if he's not just another parasite, what is Mr. PBH? How did he end up in the family? And why, later on, can he directly narrate to the audience, breaking the fourth wall? Well, here's what Dan Harmon had to say on it in an interview. I'll give you another theory. How about Mr. Poopy Butthole? Just as where there's flies, there's spiders. Wherever these parasites start blooming, Mr. Poopy Butthole is a different species who's more benign or more advanced. He subsists on lives in the way that a hermit crab steals other shells. Maybe Mr. Poopy Butthole takes advantage of the holes put in your memory and kind of burrows into those pre-existing holes. So he shows up where these parasites are, and he's more of a fourth dimensional phantom species that isn't bound by space and only appears in concentrations of temporal malfunction or misperception and breakdown. Mr. Poopy Butthole is insinuating himself into the universe regardless of timeline, and the same powers that allow him to do that allow him to directly talk with the audience. So what does all this mean for the structure of the episode? Does it mean that this episode doesn't have a proper ending, or that it doesn't properly fit the plot embryo structure? Well, no, not to me at least. Mr. PBH's storyline is part of its own running subplot rather than part of the main plot of the episode. Dan has talked about the episodic nature of his work, about how he wants each episode to be fun and satisfying in its own right, even if you haven't seen the rest of the show. But there are still serialized plot lines which connect between episodes, and Mr. PBH is a great example of that. So Total Rickall tells the complete story of the normal parasites and how the family deals with them, but also starts this new story of Mr. PBH and his interactions with the family. And that is how Total Rickall's plot embryo works. Now, of course, I don't have access to the original plot embryo that they used to create this episode, but this is my best interpretation, you might say, kind of reverse engineered from the finished episode. Let me know in the comments which episode you would like to see broken down next. Every episode of Rick and Morty really is a testament to the amazing creativity that's possible when telling stories using the plot embryo method. That's why I personally love the show so much, and why I've dedicated years of my life at this point to exploring the depths of the plot embryo and teaching what I've learned to others. If you find yourself lost and floundering when it comes to trying to shape your own stories, then I created the Story Magic Academy for you. In it, I share my complete system to generate that first seed of a story idea and turn it all the way into a complete plot embryo, ready to write. In it, I share all my best secrets and tips for getting the most out of the plot embryo framework and really making the story creation process clear, practical, and gratifying. So here's what to do next. If you're watching this video pretty soon after I uploaded it, then the enrollment for Story Magic Academy is open now, so follow the link in the description below to join us before enrolment closes really soon. If you're watching this sometime in the future, the Academy might already be in session, but you can still follow that same link to sign up to be notified the next time enrolment opens. Okay, that's everything. Don't forget to rate me 5 stars as your Uber driver and do the thing that everyone asks you to do at the end of every YouTube video. And I will leave you with my favourite line from this episode.
Sorry, Jerry. You're real.
I'm a parasite.
Yeah, but you're real.
That's alright. If you're watching this sometime in the future,
You're fucked.
last 2. Do. That's unnecessary. Kind of just made the point,
Yeah, but you're concluding.
I guess.
Concluding is just summarising everything you just said into a very quick thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Also, thanks for explaining what concluding means. This fucking fly just keeps like going back through the camera. Go, my child. Leave us. Leave us in peace. Be gone. Just so you know, there's going to be spoilers in this video, so get fucked, son. Was that a sneeze? Oh my god. It's worth. I'm scared. Mr. Poopy Butthole is insinuating himself into the universe regardless of timeline, and the same powers that allow him to do that allow him to directly talk with the audience. It's fucking insane, right? I really hope they put that into an episode later on. How did... How is he ruining my life right now? If he's not just another parasite, why is he fucking my shit up?